Yes. Earlier we have seen code just like just a minute for the test case page title verification. Okay, so what we have did, we have launched the browser, okay, with a particular URL. Here we have used the guru99.com. Okay, so and we have taken the title of that website. Okay, what title it being displayed. Okay, title means suppose I'm just searching with Google. Yes, so here the tab is having the Google is a title. Okay, so for this we can say that Google is a title. So for that verification of the title, we have written earlier one code. So the code was just we are getting the title by driver dot get title method. Okay, and it will get stored in the actual variable act variable. Okay, we are considering it is a string, and also we printed that. And actual title we know. Suppose here we will type the Google. Okay, so Google is the actual title, so we know that. Okay, suppose this is the test case. Okay, so we are getting the title, but test case, how we can check that is it pass or a fail? So it basically depends upon the assertions. Okay, so in this case, test case, we have not used the assertion, we have just used the if else condition. Okay, so what we have checked here in the if else condition, we check that actual dot equals expected. That means actual if the actual text is getting equal to the expected, okay, then this test case get passed. Okay, or passed, or we can say this if statement will get executed, the code which is in the if parenthesis is will be getting executed, else it will execute which is in the else one. Okay, but by using this we can't say that our test case get passed or failed. Okay, we can just print the message that title is verified, but actually by using this test case get passed. Okay, we are not getting any error message, as it is not failing our test case. Okay, by this if else condition. Okay, we just use for the verification purpose, but actually when we are writing a test case we have to use the different assertions. Okay, so simply there are assert dot assert true, assert dot assert equals, assert dot assert not equals. Okay, so these type of assertions we are using. Okay, during test case. So without a single assertion our test case never get complete. Okay, at least one assertion should be included inside a single one test case. Okay, so remember that without assertion we can't complete it. So for that purpose, in the testng tutorial class, there is a package we have created earlier. It is com.testng. So I'm just creating here one class for the assertion. Okay, so I'm just naming it as assertion test, suppose. So finish it. Yes, so this is the class we have created, and inside this we are going to create multiple methods. Okay, and we are using the @test annotation for the execution purpose. So I'm just writing here one test case, uh, public void, suppose it is a test one. Okay, test one is the method. This method we have created, and for execution of this method we have to use test annotation before this. So we will import this test annotation. Okay, and here suppose I'm considering one integer variable. Integer, suppose a is equal to 10. Okay, so this is the 10 variable we have declared as an integer. Okay, and here we will check one condition, or we can apply the assertion. Okay, so firstly I will just consider the if statement, and directly afterwards I will just write the another. Okay, so by in a if statement first we will understand. Okay, so in if statement I am just writing one boolean condition, just like if a uh, is greater than 5. Okay, if a is greater than 5, so currently it is true, right? A is greater than 5, which we have considered it is 10. Okay, so a is greater than 5. Okay, so inside this I will print one message just like out, and condition passed, or a test case passed. Okay, test case passed. This message I am writing. Okay, and here in else. Okay, in else I will write this out test case failed. Okay, so currently what we will get the output as test case pass because a is greater than 5. Okay, so I'm just executing it, so run as test ng test. Yes, so you can see here one test case get passed. Okay, and we got the output as test case passed, and the passed test case name is test one. Okay, so this is the method name which is came after the passed. Okay, now I'm just changing the value of the a. Suppose I'm making it is 4. Okay, now what should be happen? This output should be displayed. That means test case failed. So I'm just executing it. Yes. Okay. So output what we got here, the test case failed, but actually our test case not failed. Okay, it is pass, right? But this should not be the condition when we are writing our test cases. Okay, if the test case failed, it should go into the failure one. Okay, so test case which are failing, it should go in the failure one. So for that purpose, we are basically using the assertions. Okay, so see here, I am just adding the assertion here, just like assert dot assert. Okay, assert is a class, and inside that there are different methods. Okay, so here the assert which we are using assert. Okay, a should we start with the capital letter. So assert is the class, and inside that there are different methods. Okay, so here we are getting the different methods. Okay, in an assertion. So here what we have to check, we have to just checking the condition, that means the boolean condition and the test case status. Okay, so I'm just writing here true. Okay, these are the different methods, we have to just remember that. Okay, so inside this what we are doing, here we are passing the boolean condition. Okay, so this is the boolean condition. Okay, so this boolean condition is actually true. Okay, so I'm passing here true. T should be lowercase. So this is the boolean condition. Okay, so inside the bracket which you are passing, it is nothing but the boolean condition. Okay, so this is boolean condition, and this is the test case status, we can say. Okay, so it depends upon us how we are using it. Okay, so it is not actually depends upon the name or a nomenclature. Okay, but it depends upon the our requirements. Okay, so if sometimes I'm using here assert fall, okay, so there will be a different meaning, but here I am using assert dot assert true. Okay, so I am saying that test case is true. That means test case is passed, or test case passed, we can say. Okay, and here we are passing the boolean condition. Okay, so if the test case is also passed and the boolean condition is also true, okay, then our test case get passed. Okay, and here I will say that it is assert dot assert true, and here I will say it is a false. Okay, means our test case passed, but I'm sharing here the boolean condition is fail or a false. Okay, means this condition which we are using, it is false one, that means it is fail. Okay, if we are using this, our test case will directly get failed. Now suppose I'm again considering here 10. Okay, so what happened, a is greater than 5, yes, it is correct. That means it will print this message test case passed, and it will check this condition assert dot assert true. If it is true and the boolean condition is also true, it will pass. Okay, so I'm just executing it again. Yes, so we can see here the test case is passed, and here also we printed one message test case passed. Okay, now I will change the variable value as 4. Okay, now it should get failed. Okay, means what will happen, it will come into the else condition, then it will print the message as test case failed, and it will check for this assertion. Okay, we said that assert was true, it is false. Okay, so it depends upon us how we are failing, how we are passing it. Okay, so we will execute it, and now test case should get failed. Yes, now one test case came into the failure. Okay, so actually test case earlier, what we have did only if else condition, and we check that for both the conditions, and we check in both the condition we got the test case passed, but currently test case get failed due to failure of this situation, or the boolean condition. Okay, understood.
Yes.
Yes. So here now we'll consider the another test case. Okay, so it is a test two, we can say. So we have to use the at the rate test. Yes. Now there is another way to check the condition. Okay, we can directly pass the condition inside this asset block also. Okay, so suppose we are declaring again the integer variable. Suppose a is equal to, suppose 20 we are declaring. Okay, and here we are directly using the assertion. Okay, assert dot assert asset dot asset true we are using, and here we can also pass the boolean condition. Okay, so we can pass here a is equal to suppose 2. We are checking this condition. Okay, so what will happen, I'm just commenting out this, the proper output analysis. Yes, so here a is equal to 2 is false. Okay, is false, it is checking as false. So what the output actually we are getting, assert dot assert true false, so the test case should get failed. So we will execute it. So run as test ng test. Yes, so test case get failed. Suppose I'm just checking that a is equal to 20. So yes, it is correct. So test case should get passed. Okay, so test case is passed. Earlier it was failed. Also here we can pass or just declare one message here. Okay, it is for the understanding purpose, it is not going to display. So we can write some messages like uh, checking checking the boolean condition for integer variable. Okay, likewise we can pass the message also. So I'm just uh, executing it again. Yes, so test case get passed, but the message is not displayed. Okay, it is for our understanding purpose, we can pass here the message. Okay, so it will be easy to read the code, or suppose the person or a, or the employee a has written the code, but b has now started working on that. So the employee b should also have an understanding on that particular code. So the code should be in understandable language. Okay, so yes, so it is about assert dot assert true, assert dot assert true. Now we'll see about assert dot assert false. Okay, so I'm just writing the another method here. Suppose it is public void and test3. You have to use the at the rate. That's the notation. Again here we'll consider a is equal to 30. Okay, and I'm not currently using the if else statement. We will directly check it for the assertion. Okay, so it is assert dot assert false. Okay, so or the one way for understanding or remembering, suppose here we are using assert dot assert false and the boolean condition is also false, then this test case get passed. Okay, if the assert dot assert false we are using and the boolean condition is true, then it will get failed. Here what happened, here the uh, test case is true and the boolean condition is true, it will get passed. Test case is true but the boolean condition is false, test case get failed. Okay, likewise both the conditions, that means test and the boolean condition should be same. Okay, so here we have passed the false. So without checking any condition, this test case will get passed. Okay, so I'm just executing it. Yes, so test case get passed. Okay, we have not used anything, we have passed that test case. Okay, so basically when we are using this, okay, we are using, suppose there is a method. Okay, so there is a method just like just a minute. Mm-mm-mm. As displayed, we have not used here. Let me open another test case from the Selenium code. Paste title test, Excel operation collection code. Okay, let it be. Here suppose we have to use just like driver dot. Okay, find element, and we can say I dot x path. Okay, and here we are passing the x path, and here we are using is displayed method. Okay, here we are using is displayed method. Okay, so basically by using this method, okay, what we are checking that is a particular element is displayed or not. Okay, means suppose here Google search button is there. Okay, so we are checking that is this button displayed or not. Okay, if displayed, we are getting the output as yes. Okay, so here is the method that it is just like is displayed. Okay, so for is displayed, if the button or any element is displayed, then we are getting the output in a boolean form. Okay, so it is the in a boolean form. Okay, boolean output we are getting. So element. Okay, so inside this we are storing, so this element will be false or a true. Okay, so depending on that we are checking that or we are passing it into the assertion. Okay, means here we are using the assertion now. So what we will do, we will pass here element, just simply element. Okay, so which is the element which we have considered there. Okay, so why I'm not doing here, basically we have to add the different Selenium jars here. Without that we can't use the that course. Okay, so you can do practice on that, no problem. So for that purpose, basically we are using the assertion. Okay, so we are checking that is element displayed, is not displayed, is clickable, is not clickable. We are checking the different conditions. Okay, and depending on that condition we are applying the assertions. Okay, so suppose is displayed, that means correct, we need that displayed one. Okay, so we will pass that condition by using assert dot assert true, and it is true. Okay, and if you have to if it is displayed but we need it should not be displayed. Okay, so in that case we can use assert dot assert true, and we are making it as a false, so the test case will get failed. Okay, so likewise we are going to use the assertions. Okay, so here we are intentionally saying it is a false, so where it is false. Okay, or we can apply the boolean condition directly here. So suppose a is equal to 2. Okay, so it is a false one, again it will get pass, because assert false is a test and the false also a boolean condition, so therefore it should be pass. Yes, so it is passing our test case. Okay, so likewise we are using the assertion. Now here also we can use the true. Okay, so if I'm using the true here, so this test case will get failed. Okay, means the test case is passed, or if sorry, it is a false one, and the boolean condition is true, so therefore it is false or failed. Okay, yes, so it is failing. Or we can pass here the condition also, so it is a is equal to 30. So this condition is true, but our test case is we are using it is a false. Okay, so it is not we can say it is a contrast, false and the true, so therefore it is failing. Both are same, then the test case will get passed. So run as test ng test. Yes, it is passing. So now what we have seen here four assertions, just like assert dot assert true true, assert dot assert true false, then assert dot assert false false, and assert dot assert false true. These four assertions we have seen. Okay, now the mainly or many of the times the which is going to use is basically assert dot assert equals or in not equals. Okay, so we are considering the other method, public void test 4. Okay, this is the method we are considering. Okay, we are going to use at the test annotation. Yes, and here we will consider two strings. Suppose string actual is equal to suppose welcome. Okay, so this is the string, and another string expected. Okay, here we are going to consider suppose welcome. Okay, one is started with the lowercase and one is with the uppercase. Okay, now, what we will do, we will check here the assertion, is it equal or not? Assert dot assert equals. Okay, these two boolean conditions we are using. Here we will pass the actual. Okay, and here we will pass expected. So this condition will check that is the actual and the expected is getting matched or not. Okay, So it is not matching basically because it starts with the lowercase and one is started with the uppercase. So run as test ng test. Yes, so it is failed. Okay, so when it will pass, we will convert that string, both string to the lowercase. Okay, string dot to lowercase method. We have seen that during learning a Java. Okay, so expected dot to lowercase. Now both strings are converted to the lowercase. Now both are getting matched. Okay, or equating each other. So it should be passed. Yes, so test case get passed. Okay, so this is about the asset dot asset equals. Now here also we can use the different assertion. So for that, suppose we'll consider the another test case. Okay, for the asset dot asset not equals. So here we'll consider another method, public void test 5. The red test, and suppose same string we are going to use is asset dot asset not equals. Okay, here we'll pass the actual and here we'll pass expected. Yes, now both strings are not matching. Okay, not equals. Okay, so therefore the result should be passed. Okay, because it is not matched. So run as test ng test. Yes, it is passed. Okay, so this type of requirement is basically here. So what we have did here, we have getting the actual title of the page into the actual variable, and we know the expected string. Okay, what should be the expected one? So expected is welcome Mercury Tours is the expected title, and we are just asserting here assert dot assert equals actual and expected. If it is match, our test case will get passed. Okay, so there is no need to use if else condition here. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so this is about assert dot assert equals assert dot assert not equals, and one more is there. So suppose let's see another method, public void test 6. We'll use the at the rate test annotation. Mm, there is a null method is there, set dot. It is not basically many of it is not useful, but we'll learn asset dot asset null. Okay, so inside this, suppose I'm passing a null value. Okay, if the object which we are passing inside the asset null is null, then test case will get pass. Okay, so run as test ng test, so it should pass. Yes, so test case is passed. And suppose we are passing some value inside this, so suppose I'm passing 10, so it should fail because it is not null. Yes, okay, so it is failing. So these are different assertions which will be required during writing a test cases. Okay, and assertion is always important, uh, or always should be used. Okay, during test case writing. So we'll once just execute it combinedly, so we can get the total output, just like how many passed and how many failed test cases. So we'll remove the comment. How many test cases are there? One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's test engine test. Yes, so three test cases passed and three are failed. Okay, so this is basically about the test ng assertions.